For the Star Wars movies, it's really hard to see where they're gonna go in the timeline when they release the next film. First they go way into the future, then they go back to the past. Then The Force Awakens, they go back to the future, 30 years in the future, but now they go back to the past again. But it's the past, it's not the past, but it's the past of the future, that's the past, that's, this is getting really confusing, bro. Welcome guys, once again, I'm Angel the Creator, and today we're gonna talk about the new trailer for Star Wars Rogue One, which is pretty sweet. You may have noticed I like comic books, I like movies, I like video games, all these things, but I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I've always been a Star Wars fan ever since The Phantom Menace in 1999 came. I remember I went with my family to watch it, and even though that's not a really good movie, I was young enough not to care, and I completely fell in love with this world that George Lucas created back in the 70s. As you can tell, I have Star Wars shirts, books, pop figures, tiny Japanese miniature figures, R2-D2 piggy bank, and of course my humble but cool collection wouldn't be complete without my awesome Kylo Ren limited edition lightsaber. Disclaimer, I don't play with it. It's just for decoration. Yeah, I don't play with it. I'm too old. As the trailer begins, we can see Jyn Erso, which is the new hero for Rogue One. We can see as the camera is following her through a hallway, and it's funny because this technique does not resemble George Lucas at all. After Force Awakens, we can see that other filmmakers might have a shot at doing films that are not made by George Lucas. They have different cinematography, they have different shots, different angles, and I really like that. It makes like an awesome cohesive universe that has the same story but different perspectives. Now the Rogue One trailer starts with a bunch of exposition of our hero, Jyn Erso. And it begins by saying, you know, what she has done in the past. She has done forgery, all these bad things. She has been on her own by the age of 15. And she says, well, I want to be a rebel, so I rebel. So it's kind of like, okay, that's awesome, but another female hero? I mean, I'm not against it, that's awesome, but we already had a female hero when we had Rey, and now we have another one that looks really similar to Rey. She's British, and she has the same or similar hair color, so it's kind of like, alright, so they're both really similar. Are they related? We don't know, but I was hoping for a little bit more variety when it comes to heroes. But hey, that's cool. If it works within the story, I'm all good with it. After that they say, well, we need you for this plan, and then there's an awesome shot of the Death Star, and you can see it's like a ship, and they're pulling the giant disc inside the Death Star, and you can see the scope of how huge this thing is. This thing is like a mechanical planet actually. And it's funny because I remember when I was watching The Force Awakens, and then Rey, you know, remember the shot that Rey was sliding on the sand? And you could see the Star Destroyer behind her, and the thing was massive. But compared to the Death Star in that shot, you can see that the Death Star is humongous. It's huge. After that we get to see Rebel soldiers, the Empire stormtroopers, like the OG stormtroopers, the old ones from the 70s. And we get to see Diego Luna, a new actor which is gonna help Jyn steal the Death Star plans, and it looks pretty cool. Watching the trailer, I was really impressed by how the cinematography works within this film. I was thinking, yeah, for sure, this is not a George Lucas movie. And 40 to 45 seconds into the trailer, they have this really weird sound that persists throughout the trailer until it ends. That is really annoying. You hear this weird sound. It's kind of like those animatronics from Star Wars. The ones that go like, whoa! I'm like, what? Yeah, the sound was really annoying. Actors that I want to mention is the inclusion of Forrest Whitaker and Donnie Yen, two of my favorite actors. Now I really like Forrest Whitaker because he did The Last King of Scotland, which is one of my favorite films of all time. And then Donnie Yen, I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correct, is that he was Ip Man. So it's kind of like, wow, it's pretty awesome. And you see him in the trailer kicking ass with like a samurai sword, not a lightsaber, but like a samurai sword, like a katana. And it looks pretty awesome. And it kind of makes sense because George Lucas always said that Star Wars was loosely based on the samurai films from Kurosawa, like way back in the 20th century. So I thought, yeah, it makes sense. It looks pretty cool. It looks more organic, so let's check it out. It's really new in the Star Wars. The trailer is about to come to an end. You can see all these rebels running away from the Empire and shooting their way out. Bah, 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 bah. It looks pretty cool. And there's this last shot, which looks amazing, which is this group of rebels. I assume it's Gene Erso and Diego Luna and a bunch of other people running away from the Empire. And they are in this tropical environment. It kind of reminds me of the environment of the Vietnam War, kind of like Apocalypse Now from Coppola. It reminds me of that, and there's huge AT-ATs just shooting lasers, and when they look up you can see the scope of these things. They're massive, and like I said, it kind of makes sense that they have this setting because also the rebels from Star Wars are based on the rebels that fought in the Vietnam War against the US. So it kind of makes sense. It's kind of like a cool throwback. I don't know if it's related, but I'm also a history fan, so I love you know, like nitpicking all those things. I thought it was pretty awesome too. The last shot of the trailer is Forrest Whitaker talking, and he asks, "What will you become? What will you become?" And then Jean turns around and she's dressed in this Imperial officer armor. She kind of looks like a black stormtrooper, and she turns around, and then the lights in the background, it seems like she's seen the Death Star by now. It looks pretty like, wow, is she turning to the dark side? Or it's just her outfit, like she's just dressing up like that so they don't catch her, they don't find out she's a rebel. That was awesome. Star Wars Rogue One. And I was like, that was really different. Not good, not bad. I mean, it is fun, but it is so different from what we're used to that it keeps me excited. So what is my overall opinion of this trailer? I liked it. It is not my favorite trailer because I thought the Star Wars Force Awakens trailer was way better, but it gives this breath of fresh air. You know, that it's not like, you know, Star Wars is gonna, all the films are gonna be the same thing. No, they're different. They have different stories, different mechanics. They're not all gonna be Jedis, be a Sith or lightsabers, and you know, it's good. This is gonna have real people with no powers that are just trying to make a difference. And it really, you know, it grew in me. I like it. I thought it was cool. I don't know about the main protagonist, Jin. She looks really similar to Rey. We'll see what happens with her. And I'm pretty pumped up. You know, it's a Star Wars. I'm gonna see it anyways. And I'm really looking forward to this movie. Now, once again, I'm done with my review. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Your support means a lot. I have a couple more videos that I made before this. I did a Bloodborne review, and I did a Daredevil Season 2 review. So if you're interested in that, just check it out. Just click in the links right here. Please subscribe. Just follow my channel, Conquistador Productions. My name is Angel the Creator. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys later, alright? Take it easy.